Welcome. In this video, we're starting a new series called How to Win My VA Disability Claim. And today we're going to be going over what to do if denied. So the different types of reviews or appeals that you have. Now, the content I create is for folks that are in the military and also out and also part-time. Now, there are three types of reviews or appeals that we're going to be covering today. Number one is high-level review, supplemental claim, and board appeals. Now, before we get into that, every strong claim needs a few different things. Now, that's your diagnosis, your incident, and your personal statement. That's going to tie everything together. And then what's optional or situational for certain veterans with their VA claims is going to be your nexus letter. Now, that's more so for veterans that's been out for a little while or they don't have that diagnosis from when they were in service. And it also depends on what conditions you're claiming. Now, to give a quick example to tie all of these things together that you need for a strong claim, let's say you're claiming lower back pain, right? And job required you to do ruck marches often with a 50-pound rucksack. That's not a specific incident that you're tying this condition to, but it's wear and tear over time. If you have back pain in your medical records during your service, you don't really need any more evidence. If it's only in your records while you're out that you have back pain, then you may need a nexus letter on top of that, depending on how long you've been out. Now, your personal statement explains the ruck marches, the weight, maybe even strenuous distance, etc. Now, your personal statement should explain your ruck marches, in this situation, the weight that your ruck was, maybe the strenuous distance, etc. Whatever other details that you think is important to tie to that condition or to prove that condition that you think would be helpful for that VA rater to know. Also mention the frequency of your back pain, things like how it affects your life every day and how bad is the pain. You know how the doctor asks you how bad is your pain through 1 to 10. The idea is that you're painting a picture with your words in that personal statement of what you want the VA rater to see. Now let's get into the three different types of appeals. Now your first one is your high-level review. Now the purpose of these claims are basically if you're denied, right? If your claim is denied, what do? Right? These are those steps, or these are your options. So with your high-level review, this is a review that you don't need additional evidence to add. This is more so when you have a strong claim put together and you're still denied and you believe that you should have been approved. Now, I always recommend that you get a professional's opinion first before you go for any of these types of appeals, so you know which one or you know which one better suits your situation. The VA aims to complete this review in about 4 to 5 months. Now, since the PACT Act deadline, there's been a slew of claims that have been dropped in the VA's lap. So I would expect for these times to be a lot longer, maybe like instead of 4 to 5 months, maybe 6 to 9 months. Now this review is a faster review generally than the other options, just because it's not more evidence that has to be reviewed. Now the second option that you have is your supplemental claim. So that's where you add supporting evidence or new evidence. So let's say you have a new diagnosis or your doctor was finally open to filling out a DBQ form for you or that nexus letter. Then that works in your favor, so you want to add that to your claim. Or there was another incident or maybe like a buddy statement or something like that where you have a buddy that adds to your statement of, oh, I was here during this incident, this is what happened, or maybe leadership. Now for this type of review, you want to fill out form 20-0995. And that's what you're going to attach that new supporting evidence to. Now your third option is a board appeal. Now this type of review is directed towards the Board of Veterans Appeals, or the BVA. This is an administrative tribunal within the VA. Now this one generally takes the longest, and it is more experienced raters that are going to look at your claim with this board because, of course, they have a vetting process for personnel that gets on this board. Now, there is one more type of review or appeal, but it's not used very often, and that is your court appeals, and this type of review goes directly to the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims. Today we went over 3 different types of appeals or reviews, and that was your high-level review, your supplemental claim, and your board appeals. And then it was that bonus view. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions about these different options, or if you've used them and what's your experience with them. What was the length of time that you had to wait until your claim was reevaluated?